All right, baby. Here we go. Let's get it going.
Gary Gensler. I want my fucking money. Money. I want my fucking money. Gary Gensler. I want my fucking money. 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 I want my fucking money. Gary Gensler.
Hey, Pam. What's up?
I want my fucking
Cedar,
money.
Steven. Hi, everybody. What's up, Hobby? Red Dawn.
Money. Money.
Let's go. What's good?
I want my fucking money.
Want my money.
I'm not throwing
Got some
away
great
my
push right there.
shot.
Purple.
I'm just like my country, young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I said I'm not throwing away my shot. No, I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm just like my country, young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot. New York City, stand up. Give it up for Joel Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen.
That's good shit. That's good shit. I love it. Hamilton is fucking fire, man. That shit is awesome. Let me unmute my boy Edward over here. Let's not get that shit going too much.
Mr. Secretary, Mr. Burr, sir. And did you hear the news?
We will get a copyright strike, so let's not go too far into it.
Young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not.
What's up, Grandi? Joseph, Dave? What's going on, guys? Luke, Sam, Floyd, Kush is back. Luis, Canuck. Hey, we got a whole crew. Pam the Trader, everybody. Thanks, Hobby the Great. All the Ape Nation joining us. Welcome to Boss Blunts Think Tank. We got Edward Britchick, El Corleones, Floyd Stockholm, Glizzy with Mustard, my boy Elmo, Reformation, Silverback, and Thelonious64 chilling in the group today along with Train Man. We're all having a good time. Sorry, Thelonious and Silverback 64 there. You can find them all on Twitter. Yeah, did you drop those in there too? In the DD for live stream?
What's up?
Nice.
What did I miss?
My boy, Francisco. Nothing, man. I got your fucking tweet pulled up right now, you fucking gangster. How you doing?
Hey.
Yep. Good deal.
Bro, because I've received like 100 messages, and what's coming now? Like, I'm not gonna reply the same thing to fucking 100 people.
Everybody wants to know what's happening, right? So let's let them know. And it's the same thing. It's like I would like to reply on Twitter every time that somebody asks, but I'll spend my whole day, every day, replying, the same thing. So it's time to just make videos and put them out there.
Yeah,
If you really want to know, take a few minutes to skim through the video and find out, right?
Are you like you're doing like streaming in YouTube or not?
We are live right now, yeah, brother?
Yes.
Oh,
wants to join me. Look at this fucking nug.
Bro, that listed catalyst is fucking spot on. It's money.
What this? What are you talking about?
Yeah, the listed catalyst that boss has pulled up right now from Francisco. That tweet that he put out. It's like a list of like 7 or 8 things.
NSCC 007. In case of a market downturn and market volatility risk, everyone must increase margin. This was already implemented last Monday, October 1st. Is that right?
I believe it was last Monday. It's not on the Federal Register yet, but it's already implemented. I mean,
You're right. It was Monday the 4th. My apologies.
I wasn't sure what day, but I thought it was a Monday.
I believe you're right. Yeah, I believe you're absolutely right. And then on top of that, we've got ridiculously high inflation in certain sectors. For example, used cars, food, imports and exports for ocean drayage, gas and food shortages, fertilizer prices. Could you guys believe that fertilizer prices are going to cause further increases in prices in food? Like, isn't that fucked up, Francisco, that there will be less crops likely because fertilizer prices are so high and a lot of people might not be able to get their hands on it because of supply chain issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's all he's got to say because it's true. That's it. About enough said right there.
Yeah, I mean, fertilizers are very, it's necessary for all food production. If that increases, everything increases.
That's right, brother. Aside from that, I noticed you mentioned that offshore bond losses from Evergrande being recognized on the 23rd of this month.
Yeah, because the first coupon bond expired on the October 21st. 23rd last month. But remember, they have this 30-day grace period in China.
That's right.
So after the 23, we are gonna see those losses being recognized.
What about on their other bond? Didn't they have another bond payment that was due on the 3rd that got a 5
Yeah,
business day extension?
they all do, but they don't. I mean, they do recognize those in China has losses, but not really affecting for investors. It affects local market. That's what I
right.
mean.
That's a
So
good
if you wanna have the instant effect on foreign markets like U.S. stock market and all those, yeah, you need immediately the offshore ones.
What's up, Raven, Grandi, Corey, Rennie? It's good to see all you guys and girls. Thanks so much for coming. Appreciate you. And yeah, Francisco makes a great point. One way or another, these bonds these bond issues in Evergrande are still gonna come around to bite us in the ass. You know, sadly, the 3-month Treasury bill went up, or gladly it went up, but sadly it only went up 0.01. So we're at a whole 0.05 as of October 8th, I believe, which is not great for a 3-month Treasury bill. You can see where we were at, you know, and even back 5 years ago at 2.4, it wasn't in good shape, you know, let alone you could see during 2020 market collapse and COVID, it was actually negative. And at this point, it is negative if you account for inflation. Charlie is in the think tank. He just is very busy with his own videos as well. But he's here. He hangs out with us. But he's got his own group and his own channel and stuff that keeps him pretty busy, which I think is fantastic. Aside from that, Francisco, you mentioned that Treasury bills, like 10-year and 30-year bonds, are looking bearish. Yeah, brother, I would say. But this is the one we were talking about the other day, right, guys? This particular 10-year bond here. Hey, Edward.
I mean,
Sorry, go ahead,
it's good. It's good if
What's up,
you're.
man?
Francisco, go ahead, brother.
No, I was saying, because some people say, yeah, high yields are good. Yeah, they're good in long-term periods. Like if that increases gradually, that gives you an idea that the economy is straining. But if you have those spikes, like volatile spikes out of nowhere, that's very bad.
Yeah. Edward, like Francisco just mentioned, look at this spike over here right now. This is in time frames of like basically 1 month. This is April, May, June, July, August, and September. This is the United States basic 10-year bond. Check out like the way that this kind of reminds me of the volatility index right here. Look at the way that they contract and then collapse on each other and becomes bearish. And we're seeing the opposite thing. I mean, the exact same thing happen here. You see that? Super fucking high prices on the bonds, and then a big decrease here on the orange line, which I can't remember. I believe it's the commodity futures. No.
The futures. Yeah.
So basically, it's supposed to behave like that. If like it goes up, then the pullback should go on the same way. But now we're seeing that they're going divergent, and that's bad.
That's not
What's up,
bad for
Andre?
AMC.
Magneto, McCarty, Genesis, good to see you. So yeah, look, as you can see on this 10-year bond, you can see the price action escalates here, and then the actual futures are dumped right here, and then they completely reverse pattern. So every time that they are running opposite, they will want to contract into each other and pass each other, kind of the way that the fractals will. So as you can see here, the price shot down as the futures price shot up, and then they corrected. And here we've got the exact same thing happening to a much bigger exposure. Previously here we've got a small range. Over here it's about triple. And this is the current October, on the October setup on this Bloomberg terminal. Let me scoot this over just a little bit for those that can't see it. So you can see this is very fucking bearish, because here's our current price and here's where the futures is. That means the price has to come down here and catch up to the futures. And what happens to the price? Usually it falls below that of the futures previously. So we got a very good possibility that this will continue to dump really far into this, in the 1.0 range for a 10-year bond. Again, here's the 3-month Treasury bill rates as well. You know, you can look at the U.S. 10-year; it's only on 1.5, which is not good. Not good either.
Ooh, okay, this might be crazy.
1.37 for September and around 1.4, 1.5 for October. So yeah, they're in shit shape. Absolute fucking
This
shit
has
shape.
to be in the red.
Ooh. Francisco also said that you know, November 10th through 11th, NSCC 010 pawn shop rule becomes effective. Hey, we all kind of expected shit to go down in September and October. Janet Yellen did a beautiful job of kicking the can, and we're at a point now where McConnell managed to let the Democrats kick it till December 3rd. We are in for a beautiful time now. It looks like these things are actually lining up. They will be able to use the pawn shop rule because it's implemented in November 10th. If the MOASS occurs after that, you know, probably before December 3rd, because the United States only has 430 billion, is only getting $480 billion, right, Francisco?
400, yeah. The new default date is December 3.
December 3rd, yeah. Yeah, this move by McConnell is in direct response to the speech, the speech by Schumer. That thing was so fucking insulting. And do you think that that McConnell is going to let the government default to blame it on to be able to blame it on these Democrats?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, you might have some Republicans out of the 11 that vote, like Murkowski, Collins. You might have 5 of those that they will still vote to keep kicking the can 3 more months again. But the other 5, like Braun, like Toon, McConnell, I don't think they're gonna vote again in favor. It will be really hard to get the 10 votes now. Harder
to get the 10 votes to be able to enforce cloture, right? Because people need to understand that they need 60 votes, and there's not enough Democrats to get the 60 votes. They need at least 10 Republicans.
Yeah, one thing, it's the motion to be accepted. Another thing is the bill passed. So the Senate has the filibuster. The filibuster is a cloture. So in order to break the filibuster, you need 60 votes so you can start debating the motion. Once he breaks the motion, and you can set up the vote. That's why the debt ceiling bill, it only passed with 50 against 48, because it already broke the. It doesn't matter now. You don't need 60 votes. You just need the simple majority.
They made it easier by the Republicans giving them those 10 votes. They made it easier for the Democrats and the progressive to get the 50 votes they needed to extend the debt ceiling through December.
They already have the 50 votes in the
correct,
party.
And that's what I was trying to tell them. I was kind of explaining to people.
But
the whole point of the 60 votes and the Democrats helping them was to be able to get, you know, so we got the 60 votes, including the Democrats, and that gave us the cloture ability to vote with only simple majority of 50 votes.
Exactly.
But the other thing with that is also there's always a possibility we need to keep in the back of our mind that they may nuke the filibuster.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you only need simple majority to change the rules.
Look at what Schumer said. Schumer called it a Republican manufactured game here. He said Republicans played a dangerous and risky partisan game, and I'm glad that their brinksmanship did not work. He's fucking roasting these guys in front of Congress, in front of the entire world on live TV. Well, the majority of us watched it, you know, on PBS or PBS NewsHour, on YouTube, etc. Then after
Leader
that,
McConnell and Senate Republicans insisted they wanted a solution
to
the debt ceiling.
Listen to this.
But said Democrats must raise it alone by going through a drawn out, convoluted, and
all right, you old fuck. Get the fuck out of here with these ads.
risky reconciliation process. That was simply unacceptable to my caucus.
Cheers, Elam, Corey.
Yesterday, Senate
Unacceptable
and
to
Senate
my
Republicans insisted they wanted a solution to the debt ceiling, but said Democrats must raise it alone by going through a drawn-out, convoluted, and risky reconciliation process. That was simply unacceptable to my caucus. And yesterday, Senate Republicans finally realized that their obstruction was not going to work.
So, in case you missed it, that is Joe Manchin behind leadership.
After they just helped him get these 11 votes, and McConnell stood there next to the podium, along with Minority Whip, and whipped these fucking Republicans into shape and was barely able to get them 11 out of 10 that they needed. Do you really think that Schumer should be talking to them like this right now? When they have absolutely zero fucking
shaking
leverage?
his head. Manchin agreed with a number of Republicans who thought Chuck Schumer's speech was mean.
Senators vote at the last minute and provide the closure.
It was round and blunt, right? So oddly enough, coincidentally enough, isn't that kind of ironic that one of the last guy to vote was blunt? Boss Blunts approves.
They both voted at the end.
Why was that appropriate?
I just think that basically what we got to do is find a pathway forward to make sure that we de-weaponize. We have to de-weaponize. You can't be playing politics. None of us can, on both sides.
So on the one hand, no complete economic calamity for a few days.
And I'm not one for watching CNN,
on the other
I wanted
hand,
to show you
some
that
hurt
interview.
feelings. Bottom line, they got it done temporarily. So this either shows that getting stuff done is possible temporarily, or that even
I
doing
remember
the easy
they
things
Manchin
can't be
said,
done without.
It was either fucking stupid or inappropriate, what Schumer said.
Oh, yeah. It was fucking stupid, all right. You know, he straight up attacked them and said, despite immense opposition from Leader McConnell and members of his conference, our caucus, the Democrats, held together and we pulled our country back from the cliff's edge that Republicans tried to push us over, he said. As Schumer speaks, you can see West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, who has urged bipartisanship on the major legislative flights in Congress, begin to shake his head in disapproval. The Democrats themselves are shaking their fucking head in disapproval of what the hell this idiot's saying. Halfway through Schumer's comments, which runs just about over 4 minutes, Manchin gets up and leaves. That's fucking awesome.
We get it. He was stressed. Like Schumer was really stressed with all this bullshit.
And do you think that this speech is making it any better?
Mr. President, December.
Yeah, exactly.
Avoiding a first.
Oh
I know
my
he was
God.
pissed.
Here it is in full, once
you
again.
can't say that.
On the national debt. On Monday morning, I said we needed to pass a bill to address the debt limit by the end of the week, and that is exactly what
He takes his gloves off and slaps him in the face.
Dangerous and risky partisan game, and I am glad that their brinksmanship did not work. For the good of America's families, for the good of our economy, Republicans must recognize in the future they should approach fixing the debt limit in a bipartisan way.
Think this is a good time to be posturing?
What is needed now is a long-term solution, so we don't go through this risky drama every few months. And we hope Republicans will join in enacting a long-term solution to the debt limit in December. We're ready to work with them. Leader McConnell and Senate Republicans insisted they wanted a solution to the debt ceiling, but said Democrats must raise it alone by going through a drawn-out, convoluted, and risky reconciliation process. That was simply unacceptable to my caucus. And yesterday, Senate Republicans
pretending he has
finally
leverage.
realized that their obstruction was not going to work. I very much thank.
Instead of thanking them for working together, he points out how destructive they
My
are.
Democratic colleagues.
Does that seem
for
like teamwork?
Showing our unity in solving this Republican-manufactured crisis.
Oh,
Despite
wow.
immense opposition.
Did you hear that? That's fucking
their
insane.
obstruction was not going
What
to
an
work.
idiot.
I very much thank my Democratic colleagues for our showing our unity in solving this Republican-manufactured crisis. Despite immense opposition from Leader McConnell and members of his conference, our caucus held together, and we pulled our country back from the cliff's edge that Republicans tried to push us over. This is a temporary but necessary and important fix.
Fucking Schumer.
A convoluted and unnecessary reconciliation process. This vote is proof positive that the debt limit can be addressed without going through the reconciliation
stupid.
process. Debt limit.
Lord help us
or
come
stay
December,
out
come
of the
November.
way and let Democrats address the debt limit ourselves.
It's over, dude. Yeah.
Those are the
Jesus.
two choices, and it's very simple. Senate
He's
Democrats
took
want a
off.
long-term solution to the debt limit to make sure financial markets remain stable and our economic recovery stays on track. America's full faith and credit must never
Cheers.
be used as a political bargaining chip. I hope my Republican colleagues relent from trying to make it one when we revisit this issue soon. So now that Republican brinksmanship is relented,
And he goes
Senate
on.
Democrats will focus on passing Build Back Better agenda, so we can finally build up ladders of opportunity for people to climb up to the middle class, to help.
Okay, people, I don't want the government to default. Don't get me wrong here. But when you've got $480 billion to last you through December 3rd, that's 2 months, and the government spends $500 billion a month on average and only has a revenue of $200 billion, that's a $300 billion deficit per month. Does it take a fucking genius to figure out where we're going to be in about a month and a half? Or should I just say late November? The exact same place we're at right now. And the only reason that this worked out is because McConnell said it was going to be. And guess what? McConnell tells Biden that he won't cooperate with Democrats to raise the debt ceiling again. He says, I am writing to make it clear in light of Senator Schumer's hysterics and my grave concerns about the ways in another vast, reckless tantrum. This is not good, my friends, and I'm sorry to say. It sucks for the average American. It's really good for people who are invested inversely to the stock market. All right? McConnell warned Biden on Friday that Republicans won't help raise the debt ceiling. All right? This letter came after 11 Republicans helped advance a short-term debt ceiling extension, just an extension, Thursday night after a weeks-long standoff. Schumer had 11 fucking weeks, guys. He had 11 weeks to get the debt ceiling raised, and he couldn't fucking do it. Do you think he's going to be able to do it in 6? Republicans were further frustrated on Thursday night by Schumer, who railed against them after 11 of them voted to advance the debt ceiling bill. All right, conservatives such as Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, and Mike Lee insisted on it needing to overcome the 60-vote procedural hurdle. They go against the grain, man. And now all these other 11 are going to be siding with Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, and Mike Lee. And McConnell is as well. And he already fucking said that. McConnell's letter's a warning to Democrats, but it gives an early signal to his own members that he won't give Democrats the same off-ramp in December. This decision this week to open the door to a short-term debt extension earned him an unusually intense level of criticism from the Senate GOP caucus. That's people on his side, the Republicans. They don't give a fuck, man. Manchin and Mitt Romney and GOP whip John Thune were among the senators who spoke to Schumer after the speech, telling reporters that I let him have it. McConnell wrote, last night in a bizarre spectacle, Senator Schumer exploded in a rant that was so bipartisan, angry, and corrosive, that even Democratic senators were visibly embarrassed by him and for him. This tantrum encapsulated and escalated a fucking pattern of angry incompetence for this idiot. Schumer is screwing the entire Democratic Party and Americans and people that are invested in the stock market come November. They're pissed, man. They're fucking pissed. All right? He literally said, I'm writing to make it clear that in a letter, in light of Senator Schumer's hysterics and my grave concerns about the ways that another vast, reckless, and partisan spending bill would hurt Americans and help China, I will not be a party to any future effort to mitigate the consequences of Democratic mismanagement. What does that fucking mean? The first time ever defaults on America's debt because these fucking idiot Democrats can't get shit done without the help of progressives and Republicans. We are fucked come November. God damn, we're going to be so fucking rich. Holy shit.
That's another thing. Two ways they can raise the debt ceiling. The first one is reconciliation. That's what McConnell is pushing.
McConnell's telling us no. Right? That's what we just did. And what is McConnell telling us right here, brother? Say it once again for the people in the back, Francisco.
The problem with Republicans are pushing Democrats to do reconciliation. That means doing them on their own. But the problem with that is that the reconciliation takes 2 weeks minimum to do it.
Yeah, and 2 weeks minimum, and that's if they agree, right?
Yeah, and that's all 50. And all 50 Democrats, because you need all 50 Democrats.
Every single fucking one. And then don't you also need 2 or 3 progressives on top of that?
No. You need all 50 Democrats plus Kamala Harris. And the Kamala Harris to tie break the
Thank you,
the
brother.
vote.
Okay, I knew there was one more. So 50 plus Kamala Harris. Excellent.
Yeah, but
wow.
But here's the problem.
So
here's the problem with that. But here's the problem with that.
Yes, brother.
Reconciliation has a lot of problems because you have to put in a specific value, and right now, remember, they're doing the 3.5 trillion package, so they're busy doing that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, of course. But they've got multiple fucking packages that they've got to pass, as well as the debt ceiling.
Yeah.
Raising the debt ceiling and agreeing to how much to raise it. So even if they pass these packages, that doesn't mean that the Republicans are going to help the Democrats in any way.
Exactly.
They're fucking
but
pissed.
Here's the thing. Exactly. Here's the thing. They will work these 2 months simultaneously with 2 reconciliation packages. It's gonna be a fucking mess. And the problem with that, with doing the reconciliation on the debt ceiling, it's that you're doing something that has always been done bipartisan. You're doing it partisan.
Always been done bipartisan. That means both parties.
Yeah, and it can bring a lot of political problems in the future. If you don't acknowledge your previous president's debt, right? The next party will do the same, and that can bring problems in the future. That can unstable the financial system. It's a lot of bullshit, and that's why Democrats because Democrats could have done the reconciliation and fuck the Republicans, but they want to do bipartisan because they want Republicans to always acknowledge the debt, as well as the Democrats on a bipartisan, whoever president is. So that's the matter. And from what I heard from Coons from Connecticut, he was like, no, we're doing bipartisan, the debt ceiling again in December, because nobody in the Democratic Party wants to do it partisan. They want to do it bipartisan. It's going to be a fucking mess.
I would like to say one thing to people in the chat. I respect and appreciate everything that you guys have to say. And then somebody said the policies, and they don't want a default because their very own stock holdings will tank. However, you have to understand that the people that want this and are able to make this happen, they're able to buy and sell at any moment, and they know exactly what the fuck they're doing. So just because they may not be holding something in their name doesn't mean that they don't have companies or other people that have it held for them. And even still, you can see it in their 13Fs. You're going to believe that they sold because of ethics?
Yeah.
On top of that, a special operations unit and contingent of the United States Marines has been preparing soldiers in Taiwan, Taiwanese soldiers, for a potential invasion of China in secret exercises. The Wall Street Journal revealed in a report that was confirmed by the Pentagon just last week. So there are American troops on the ground, Marines, that are training Taiwanese soldiers. So we may not be directly sending troops in to battle. We are sending them in for support. And that is the kind of thing that people that countries remember during wartime, especially such as China helping Afghanistan by sending the Taliban money because Afghanistan has no money to pay their teachers and doctors and hospitals. However, at the same
if
time,
I can say something,
they're
boss.
Go ahead, brother. I want to hear it.
We actually, and I know it's not common knowledge.
They do this a lot,
but
I do want to hear what you have to say because Silverback here has military background. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, we for a lot of years, decades, have had operational training with Taiwan, South Korea. There is an amphibious assault group that is constantly in training with South Korea, Marines with Taiwan. It's an ongoing thing. It's just a house of cards, or actually a chess match.
Yep.
And it's a lot of it's posturing, but a lot of it is also to. Yep. A lot of it's also to make them aware of some of their consequences. It's a show of force a lot of times. So
yeah, that's what's getting me worried here is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't hear.
No, I'm just saying, especially with them getting into, making their own islands and encroaching. When you start getting into areas that previously have no military presence, and they start making bases out in the middle of basically a shipping lane, it becomes an issue to where you have to do a posturing show of force.
Yeah, no shit.
And this has been a game.
That's what they're doing right here. You
Right.
know, China is saying that the Chinese Foreign Ministry said just late last week, I think it was Friday, urging Washington to respect its agreements with Beijing. They said, quote unquote, the U.S. must sever diplomatic relations and abrogate its mutual defense treaty with Taiwan, and U.S. forces must withdraw from Taiwan, end quote. These are very strong statements from the Chinese foreign minister.
Yeah, well, he can wish in one hand and shit in the other and figure out which one's going to get filled up first.
Yep, you sure fucking can. The thing is, if they're sending record numbers of airplanes to fly over Taiwan, and we're seeing things like this, like threats from China threatening America to sever diplomatic relations and abrogate its defense treaty with Taiwan, it's not looking very positive for anything more so than a standoff, you know? So it could be as minimum as just a little political dick swinging / standoff / military might power, a show of force, or it could be something much more. And I don't want to speculate other than this is what we're seeing on the news. This is what the foreign ministers are saying. That's all I got.
Had, a lot of. I mean, we went through the same shit with Hong Kong prior to it going back. You know, when the lease was up with Britain,
a while, 2025.
Yeah. So when it went back, we had the same problems with Hong Kong. They were shows of forces that everybody's wanting to flex a muscle, but everybody is also scared to say boo. So. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the oldest game on the planet.
And this is from disclose.tv. Pretty cool website if anybody wants to check it out. So anyways, that being said, Francisco, you mentioned, thanks very much, Silverback, by the way. That was a wonderful explanation. Thanks for keeping us grounded and all that background. It's good to know. Makes me less worried, so thank you. Francisco, you noted that Gary Gensler through the SEC will force short sellers to disclose their positions.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that, man? That sounds fucking great to me. Gary Gensler, give us our fucking money.
Yeah, on Bloomberg yesterday, he said that's one of his plans, and next month he's gonna say what day he's gonna implement that, but I don't think it's gonna be like 2 months after. I think it's gonna be on the same month. Probably they're gonna give them 2 weeks in advance or some bullshit like that, deadline.
Cool. Quentin Stone says it's a distraction from the imminent collapse from China's economy. That could be a very good point. China could be posturing to keep people's eyes elsewhere. Who knows what the fuck they're doing, right?
If we know there's short seller positions, nobody's gonna sell because we know they're fucked.
Gary Gensler was saying that they're going to start discussing, or they're going to start having short sellers disclose their positions in November. Was that correct?
What he says next month, he's gonna provide a day saying what day they're gonna have to provide their all hedge funds have to say tell the SEC what's their short seller position.
Yes, that's fucking great. That's great
That's
news.
the best.
Holy shit, we're gonna be so fucking rich. I love it. These are ETFs that hold AMC, for those that are wondering. This is from the Bull House. Check out their YouTube and Twitter. The Bull House. From Kenna, specifically. So, as you can see, there's a lot of fucking ETFs that hold even just AMC. What can you tell us about the new CAT system, brother? With the serialized, basically giving serial numbers, for example. I'm sorry, these are ETFs that hold GameStop. I misspoke. And there's a shitload of them. What can you tell us about the CAT system? It's quick explanation. Shares are going to have a serial number, right? Earmarked. Tracked. All the way through. These are ETFs that hold AMC. All of these. It doesn't even fit on the fucking screen. I should move it over. Yeah, Kenna's great. The Bull House is great. Check them out, please. They provide a lot of stock market and economic information, and she does a lot of hard work for the community. People should be watching that stuff. So much financial education, and it's entertaining as fuck too. These are joint ETFs that hold both of them currently, GameStop and AMC. Thanks again to Kenna, the Bull House. This is the kind of information they provide. Just one of thousands and thousands of things that they provide. Here are ETFs that hold GameStop. Look at how many there are. These could be shorted. They could go long on them. They could do anything they want with them. The majority are held overseas, so the cost to borrow is very cheap. That being said, my friend Edward, by any chance, would you like to give us a little insight into what's going on with our awesome fractals and the Mandelbrot theory?
Oh, sure.
If you want to, brother.
Actually, just fractals alone. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, hang on one second. I can hear you perfectly, brother.
Sure thing.
I got the music on right now, so I'm being a little obnoxious.
I want my fucking money.
My Twitter.
I want my fucking money. Gary Gensler.
Where I posted.
I want my fucking money.
This right here.
Money. I want my fucking money.
Look out for Lit Exchange, a new broker dealer, coming soon to iPhone, Android, and web-based as well. 100%
Okay.
lit pools only, no dark pools whatsoever, no payment for order flow. Your buying pressure and selling pressure makes a difference. That's what makes Lit Exchange special. You don't have to go in and change your settings to pick one. We'll give you the best fucking one with the best price with the quickest execution, all combined. Sometimes we may have to trade one for the other, but we will be fair about it always. And at a wonderful price. The educational tools that are going to go with it are going to blow your fucking mind. And it's all going to be embedded. So, wow, you're going to love this GUI once you can actually see it. All right, we got the infinity. Look, this is perfect right now. We're in the fucking Matrix. Might as well show people the Matrix. Are you streaming your screen, brother? Because I'm in the infinity loop over here.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Okay, hold on. let me show.
Check out Lit Exchange. Lit Exchange LLC. Currently in the application stages with SEC and FINRA. We're just waiting for approval. It's the infinity pool. Welcome to the Matrix, fellas. Oh, let me get my boy Chris in here. Let me see if he's back, if he's available. I see he just messaged me. Sorry, guys, I don't check my... I get so many messages. I try to get to them as much as I can, but there's so many that I can't get to them quickly. I apologize. I do my best. If you need something fast, email me. marcelklinovic@gmail.com. Let me get my boy Chris an invitation too. I just need to get this off my screen for one moment.
I want my fucking money.
Sorry if I blew your eardrums out. I didn't mean to play that, so sorry about that. Fuck your eardrums. No, I'm just kidding. Just playing. But Gary Gensler, I do want my money. Ken Griffin, where's my fucking money?
Gary Gensler.
Chris, come join us.
I want my fucking money.
Got these goddamn wrinkle brains in here now. All right, that was fun. Let me see, Edward. You got that shit going? No rush, man. I'm just asking. Yeah, sharing their screen. That's what's
Oh
up.
yeah, I'm still working on it. Yeah.
Oh, no rush, brother.
Giving me an aneurysm.
I think this is
So, Edward.
here. Yep. So
Edward,
next.
you want a job at Lit Exchange?
Then. Do I want a job on the Lit Exchange?
Do you want a career with Lit Exchange LLC?
Do I want a career, like a job? What do you mean?
Yeah, like a career, not a job. Jobs are for suckers.
Sure. What?
All right.
What's in it? What's in it? What am I supposed to do?
We'll talk soon. I can't say it all right now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
My man.
Okay, here we go. Oops. At the top here. I have to...
And for those that are curious, excuse me, there's a Founders Investment Program coming soon for Lit Exchange LLC. Give you guys the deets later on. You're going to fucking love it. Cannabis stocks, free cannabis stocks, free U.S. military stocks for new users. Invitation only. Founders Investors Program contributors will be the first to be accepted. We believe in a broker-dealer that is by the apes, for the apes, by the people, for the people, for retail, not for institutions. That's why we need no payment for order flow, because you need to know what you're paying and that you're getting the best price. You need to know that your orders are being executed immediately through lit exchanges without having to jump through hoops in the fucking trading app to do it. You need to be educated on what the fuck you're about to do if you're putting up an iron condor or you're, some sort of a spread. This shit is a fucking the most fun, risky game, financial game, and with the most serious implications that I have ever played in my life. And yeah, I call it a game because it's gambling. It's investing, but at the same time, fucking gambling. Anybody that tells you otherwise is lying. So I've had enough with companies like Citadel, who are an all-in-one market maker and hedge fund. We need to separate that shit. We need to separate that shit. That's nonsense. But anyway, that being said, look out for Lit Exchange. You're going to fucking love it.
Chris here, Mr. Flipples.
Yeah, Canuck. We're going to be giving away 2 free cannabis stocks to founders investors, as well as 2 free U.S. military stocks to people that are in the military because they cannot own cannabis stocks, technically. Until maybe Biden over here decides to legalize it. I don't know, that old fuck may or may not do it. But we'll see. Things are beyond Biden at this point. He's just a puppet. You guys got to remember, the president is but a puppet. He's a mouthpiece. What's up, Frosty? William, it's good to see you guys. Appreciate y'all. William,
Okay.
Carl from above, Pam. You guys are awesome. Do me a favor, drop a comment, drop a like. Feel free to say hi in the chat. I want to hear what you guys have to say too. The business says spread those cheeks, Kenny. Oh shit.
Hello.
Yo.
Best of the rest. I dig it, man. I like it.
Yo, boss, man, I have to go, man.
Hey, Francisco, thank you so much for coming. Everybody, please check out Francisco on Twitter. My guy over here, he's always coming out with great content. Thanks for being here, brother.
Hey.
It's at Francesco0996.
Oh, so this is where we are right now. This is happening next. From here.
So Chris from Twitter.
I will drop a link to the Discord for the Bull House if anybody wants it, over in the live chat as well. For I'm sorry, that's for the Bull House Discord. I said that.
Okay.
Thanks, Raven. Yeah, I love having Francisco on. I mean, all these guys, these people are a wealth of information, and that's why they're here. And I'm humbled that they're willing to spend their time sitting here talking about this stuff with us right now. So each and every one of you, let me just say thank you to Night Films, Mr. Flibbles, El Corleones, Floyd Stockholm, Elmo, Seeing Potency, Silverback 64, Thelonious, and Trainman. Thank you for your time, guys, and appreciate you coming over here to hang out and discuss this stuff with us, because it's important. And I love technical analysis. I do think that it is speculation, but that's what reading charts is. It's speculation. Just because you think or expect the stock is going to do something doesn't mean that it cannot be manipulated. Doesn't mean that things can't change. So at the end of the day, take it with a grain of salt.
Hey,
use your own, use your own head and do your own due diligence.
Hello.
Yeah, brother. What's up? Is this Chris?
Oh, hey. Yeah, it's Chris. It's Chris here.
Hey, Chris. Welcome, brother. Welcome over
nice
here.
Nice to meet you.
We got another wrinkle brain over here, guys. I want you to meet Chris at power69_flower over on Twitter.
Thank you.
He's got some really interesting information as well that we can pull up for you here.
Yeah, I'm sharing my,
my
sharing
boy,
my trading view.
Look at this beautiful work that my boy Night Films, aka Edward Britchick, is doing. Oh, so let me put this.
I'm just seeing what you're just showing.
Oh no, keep going, Edward. Keep going, Edward. We're good.
Okay. Do you want me to go over what I'm talking about?
No, keep going. I want Chris to show his in a minute, but I want people to see what you're about to explain to us as well, because it's great information. I just pulled it to the side.
So this pattern we're in right now, this is September to now. This entire fractal we're seeing here, it's the same thing that's going on from April to May 11th. Same exact thing. Like I can go back and forth and show you.
Yeah, no worries.
Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Same fractal. still have that triple carrot.
And which ones are we looking at? Show me the blue one. This one. Which one is this? What date is this?
Which one is what? This is
what chart are we looking at right here?
2021. This is April to May.
April
of
to May.
2020.
All right.
Sorry, 2021. Yeah. And this area right here is what's going on just previously. Let me zoom in and we will put it right here.
All right, that little circle right here.
So this right here.
Mm-hmm.
See this area?
Yeah.
That's that period right here.
Sure as fuck is. So what chart is this right here that we're looking at? What's the difference in these two charts so that people understand what we're looking at, that they're not the same thing?
This is May 2021.
That's May of 2021, right here in that circle.
To the run-up.
Okay, and so right before a few days before the big run-up that we had to June.
So
in May.
Hold on.
May and June.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Let me plot this out here.
That's
then you have
2.
this next segment.
Holy shit!
And you have this next.
And which one is this right here? What are we looking at exactly? The 30-minute chart for AMC?
30-minute for AMC.
Okay, so we're looking at the difference between a 30-minute chart for AMC in October. Looks exactly the same as the fucking chart in May 2021.
Yep.
And the 30-minute chart
here
of May 2021 looks exactly the same as
it
the
goes,
30-minute chart of
it goes
October.
up.
Proof of the abuse and that the fact that this algorithm can be shown to the eye. It's there.
Yep.
Look at it. It doesn't take a
Let me
fucking
plot
rocket
this.
scientist to figure it out. Just look at them. Circle
Is there
1 with
different
rectangle 1.
colors?
Circle 2 with rectangle 2.
I wish I can do different. Oh, I can do different colors. Let's do this red. Let me change this.
That's fine like that. It's easily visible. Oh, there you go. Nice. That's quick. I like that. Good man.
I just want people to understand.
The fuck? Look at this,
then you
people.
have this area.
You're looking at May versus October. Both 30-minute charts. The repeating pattern. Gee, let's see what the fuck we got next. We are trying to see the future. We are trying to predict the future. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what kind of fuckery they're going to do. We don't know if they're going to pull some kind of crazy shit.
This is entirely right here.
But the algorithm runs the same for the most part, and it can only kick the can so far, so to speak.
Oops.
Get that goddamn green bar in it. All the way to the top. You're fucking kicking off my OCD.
So this
setting off my OCD,
area. Bro. Oops, I plotted it wrong. Hold on.
I'm just kidding.
It's this right here.
There you go.
You can see that this entire period. It's exactly the same thing.
What's up, Brad, Jordan, Gia? Hi, everybody. Look at
So we
this.
should have next
Predicting the
one.
goddamn...
This is the future. No, you're good. You're good. This is the entire next fractal future.
Okay. If you guys can't hear them, let me know, and I'll try to turn it up a little bit. I'll turn it up a little bit anyway. So.
Let me plot
good,
this
brother.
back in again.
Mm-hmm.
So from when does this end? We ended red right here. So May 10th. Let me plot this for May 10th. Bar pattern. May 10th. So the 7262 run up.
Future's bullish as fuck looking, I guess, huh? God, we're gonna be so fucking rich. I think. Fucking, I don't know if you want me to put a goddamn disclaimer every time I say something, which I think is stupid, but probably not. I'm just joking around. I'm not gonna do that
So
bullshit.
I've actually already plotted it in here.
Bring it
It's
on,
just
brother.
It's just extended. See how?
So it's just smushed.
Well, right, because it's the next run up,
Yeah.
and you have to use Fibonacci retracement.
Notice
to
he
plot
didn't
the same
he didn't
behavior
change it.
previously.
Mm-hmm. He just
You see
changed
how?
the width.
Yeah. It's the same thing except it's Look at this.
What are we looking at right there? 500 to 600 range, right around 550.
Between I mean
Potentially?
I don't know the ratio of how much. I mean Fibonacci it's showing 631, but it could be, who knows, this could be 6,000 for all I know.
Oh yeah, that we're just talking about what we think looks like the next step based on the past trading.
My call is between 631 to 6,000. 300 roughly.
I like it. And this is not financial advice. We are just speculating as well. So yeah, I like that, Edward.
So here is I took that plot. This is May 10th to June 2nd from the previous fractal. Look at this. I mean, it is laying out like beautifully how it would look like.
Yes, it does.
I mean, and it's by October 15th. This is before October 15th even happens. So we might even go past 72.62 next week.
That would be sweet.
Next week is going to be
Cool. Zoom in a little bit for me, please, brother. Towards the end there. Towards the Towards today. Not quite all the way. Just keep it going. I'm wondering what makes you wonder that this next pattern is going to last through the 15th. It's going to be a 5-day pattern. What makes you wonder that?
1, 2.
Do you think maybe it'll take a little longer, like maybe 10 days? That's all I'm asking. Like, or 15?
I see what you're saying.
Just like theoretically speaking, right?
Like this? You're saying like this?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Could be.
But because right there you have
it.
I see what you mean.
I'm accounting for acceleration. So let's point this out here. Let's put this out to 3. Make this not green. Let's make this purple. Something brighter. Here we go.
Yeah, they very well could be accelerated for sure, based on everything that people have learned, I think.
Yeah, this is the retracement from the very bottom before the run happened to 72.62.
Oh, I see.
And it's tracing back to the top peak of this 52 run, and it's gonna touch back on this point. So it might pop off, hit like 90, and they try to short as much as it possibly can. It's gonna hit back to that 62.
Why does it come across the top? Why does it come across the top there at 52 instead of underneath the 48 mark, like underneath these other supports?
What do you mean?
Like over here, like let's see, what date is this? Like October 1st, like let's say middle of September or the beginning of September. Why doesn't it go underneath these resistances instead of underneath these supports instead of these resistances?
Are you talking about like
the yellow line?
How over here?
Yeah.
So
you see the line underneath it?
Because it's the same thing that's going on right here. Hold on, let me show you.
Okay.
You have the same thing being played right here. But this is inverted fractal. See how this entire period right here?
Yeah.
Sorry, this right here. Mm-hmm. See how it's always underneath it?
Yeah.
Watch this. Well, what happens when you flip it over? Oops. Wait, mirror. My bad. I think. Right?
Mirror and flip.
Oh, it's gotta be flipped. There we go. Mm-hmm. So what happens when you flip it over?
Oh, goddamn.
You're having this. It's the inverted action of what's going on here.
Oh,
I mean,
shit. Yeah, put it back.
To segment it.
You had it.
This is the inverted. And see how it's constantly, it's like it's touching. Yeah, right here. This is where it aligns.
Mm-hmm.
See, like where it aligns, and this is the inverse of it. It's like the same thing.
It's like a vortex indicator.
Right. This is just segmentation.
I see.
This is fractal segmentation between itself.
That's scary similar. Cool, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tyrese. He said Edward said his price target is between 630 to 6,000. So, God bless. And that's for the next run up that he was speculating on here.
This entire run is being traded. Well, this movement is being traded underneath the yellow. Even before this cusp occurs, this is going to be the complete opposite, where you have, I mean, it might have, it's still similarity where it's traded right here below.
Correct,
because
JH. That's a prediction for the next run up, not a floor sell price. Is all as Edward is thinking to himself and to us. But he's not giving anybody any advice. He's just telling us what he thinks.
Right. It's the same thing that's going to happen here, except it's...
Cheers to that. I'll drink to that, brother.
Much more violent right here. I mean, you're talking about... Let me see if I can plot the next data.
Joe Zikvovich, if the as says boss, ask Edward if this retracement gets blown up by a black swan event. It gets enhanced and sped up.
Let me flip this.
Not the retracement, the run up. The retracement is gonna. There's not going to be a retracement because of a black swan event. If anything, there's going to be a run up if a black swan event occurs, in my opinion.
Let's say if the run-up happens, you're going to have this major fractal happening with it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, man. Now we're talking. Shit. God, we're going to be so fucking rich.
I need to multiply this a lot more.
Multiply that shit.
I need to separate the segments. There's fractal segmentation that's happening here. Imagine if this was not there. Hold on. Now a MOASS event would look like. Hold on. Ours. Over here.
David, buy and hold. This is the way. Christopher says, stroke my bias ego. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, brother.
Here we go.
Thank you, Pam. Please smash the like, everybody. Drop a like for the algorithm. Drop a comment if you want. Not for my ego, but for the YouTube algorithm. Share this shit with more people on YouTube.
Man, see how I can't segmentize it.
I see. No worries. This is great information, Ed. Thank you so much, man.
It probably looks something like this. It will just...
I see what you mean. You want to cut off a portion of it, but it's not letting you in. No, it's all good. I understand what you mean. You want the end half, the second half of it. Mm-hmm. That's not a problem. We can mess with that and play with it for the next stream, too. This has been incredibly informative. let's see what we got here.
Yeah, it wouldn't be this massive drop. It would be like a constant movement upwards.
Yeah, like this first half of it wouldn't be there.
Like here,
nice.
I mean, you'd see something much more violent than this, but yeah, you kind of get the point. It would be constantly just moving.
Sure,
upwards.
there would be large retracements
this,
and then huge run-ups and then a retracement, either small or large, and another huge run-up. Absolutely. So yeah, things are going to be insane for a while. Absolutely fucking right, man.
This entire area is the June. Same thing, just inverted.
That's great, brother. Let's move over to Chris here, because Chris also had some great due diligence and TA, just like yourself, and I think Edward, you're really gonna like this too, man. This is right up your alley, brother.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah, Chris, do you mind kind of giving us a little rundown on what this is? Because I am so fucking intrigued, brother. I want more.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I don't really know where to start, but yeah, I really like the fractal stuff. I think that's like uncovering a lot of different aspects to it. I am kind of focusing on just like the regular technical stuff, but using some kind of more like, I would say, obscure tools to look at it, because and particularly in terms of volume, and that was something that Astro kind of turned my attention towards. I don't know what it is about volume necessarily that just seems to give away the shall we say, the market makers and the institutions' footprints, but there's some aspects to it that are pretty intriguing, and I'll start out with like this pretty fun one here just to begin with. It's called Neglected Volume by DGT, and I'm looking at GameStop here. I'll look at AMC. Yeah, here we go. So basically, as you know, this is kind of where we are right now, and there's some really interesting things going on in terms of the volume and comparing it volume prior to like previous run-ups, like we can say like May here, or March before that, and January. So I'm not sure really where to start here, but basically, if you look at this indicator here, and look at this orange line through the middle, that's the on-balance volume, that's OBV. But in this case, I've added a kind of momentum or acceleration aspect to it, which you see in this kind of, you can think of it as like an elastic band.
All right, hold on there. Slow down, brother. Slow down, brother. This is fantastic. But we need to slow it down, because we know exactly what you're saying, but I want to explain this just a little bit for the people that don't really understand exactly what you're saying. Now, on-balance volume, it is a technical trading momentum indicator that uses the flow of volume to predict changes in a stock price. Okay? Excuse me. It was implemented by Joseph Granville in 1963 in a book called Granville's New Key to Stock Market Profits. He believed that the volume was the key force behind markets, and designed OBV to project when major moves in the markets would occur based on the changes in volume. And we all know, based on history and the historical movement of AMC and GameStop, that volume is absolutely key. So now that that's been said, please continue, my friend, so now that people have an idea of what we're talking about.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for explaining that. I know it's really obscure, but when we spend so many hours looking at it, you forget how obscure it is.
We forget that this is very technical stuff that most people don't know what the fuck is going on. So if we educate, everybody will be better off. So thanks so much, brother. Go ahead. So explain what's going on here with this yellow and what this means. This is obviously lower and higher volume on OBV.
Yes. So normally OBV would be exactly what you're saying, which is just like you look up on Investopedia or whatever. Normally. And this is still OBV here. But as you can see here, this is the acceleration effect to kind of convey a little bit more than just regular OBV. And you can think of it as being like and like a rubber band, like an elastic band. And I've been scanning through the momentum for a number of months, and there's a lot of commonalities between now and previously. And I think it's kind of the elephant's footprints of like the big institutions. And there's another element to this that nobody I've seen has talked about, and this is probably even more obscure, but you see these kind of lines, these blue lines along the cloud here. It looks a bit like a tube of toothpaste or something.
Yes. What would you call those?
Yeah.
The blue lines. Would you say that's the vortex indicator?
It is. I have got a vortex indicator, but vortex has got more lag to it. So this has got less lag to it, and is more kind of predictive.
Okay,
more
cool. Thanks.
Forward looking. So the lines here are the correlation coefficient, and what that means is when the lines are really far apart and smooth, that there is a complete correlation. The correlation is 1, so volume is moving in line with the price action. So what happens when they pinch together really, really hard like this? Well, what that's telling you is that there is a kind of a mismatch between kind of what the price is telling you and the way that OBV, that the volume is actually projecting, or is kind of squeezing like this. And so in this run up to, let's say we go back to the August correction for AMC, we can see how the OBV acceleration was dragged down to next to nothing here. But then the correlation coefficient here starts to squeeze in, indicating that there's a powerful trend reversal coming. And this so-called rubber, let's call it the rubber band, is yanked down really, really hard. And
like a slingshot.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's just like a slingshot, and you just look at what is the trajectory of it, like where is it going? And in this case, back in August, it was heading upwards. And if you look at the green line here in the middle, this is the money flow, or specifically the Chaikin money flow. It's just, you can just think of it as being, money flowing in versus money flowing out. Exactly, CMF. Yeah.
That looks like the cusp, by the way. From what I've been kind of showing, see how there's like a cusp, like it's caret underneath where the peak meets. If it's a bottom cusp, it's an upward trend. If it's an upward, like a cusp that's like a top caret, it's a downward trend.
Looks like are you using Webull for charting here?
Yeah.
Or is this?
No, I'm using a trading view.
Trading view. Thank you very much. People were wondering. So I wanted to know. Thank you.
Yeah. So the Chaikin money flow is really, really key here, and I like to look at the trajectory of it, like which way is it pointing. So let's just say we've yanked back the slingshot here, and then you have to ask yourself, well, what direction is the money flow pointing? Well, the money flow is upwards, strongly upwards. This is the nadir, the low point of August here. So with that kind of context for you, maybe it's a little bit of confirmation bias for everybody, but if you scroll forwards to 8th of October here, there's some really interesting things going on. So if we just look at the correlation coefficient again, so the squeezing of the toothpaste here, it's at 0.55, which is squeezing pretty hard. It hasn't actually squeezed that hard since April 2021, pretty much on the daily chart. And it doesn't look like it's actually finished squeezing in yet. And what that means is that there is like a really strong growing mismatch between the price action and the volume. So there's definitely something happening here.
Yeah.
And again, if you zoom in, you can see that Chaikin money flow is pointing upwards very, very hard, which makes me really confident.
Hey, that's bullish as fuck. Confident? That's bullish as fuck, brother.
Exactly. And indeed, there is actually some, if you see H-bull here, hidden bullish divergence. So there's actually hidden bullish divergence in the momentum here.
It gets better. There's even hidden bullish shit.
And
Can you
If you
compare?
wind, yeah,
Can you
yeah,
can you compare?
yeah.
Compare the. Let me go back to my thing. Hold on. Let me go back to Weeble. Can you compare the point on August 10th to September 1st? Let me look at your screen real quick.
August 10th
And September
is
1st.
and September 1st. Yeah.
No. That's October. Sorry, I mean I'm at October 1st.
Oh, okay. So October 1st is
that
it's
green,
here.
that small green candle. Yep.
Just snap a line on that vertical line.
Mm-hmm.
October
Mm-hmm.
1st here.
And then August 10th.
August 10th. There
Mm-hmm.
we go. Snap another line on that.
And now you compare from left to right. Look at your indicators.
Yeah.
Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see.
So there's something very, very similar happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Do you see it?
slingshot. Well, the slingshot being yanked back. We're moving into the coefficient crush, the squeeze here.
So we will try GME next.
Wait, stretch it.
Okay.
On the right side. No. Stretch it vertically.
Oh, stretch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this?
Yes.
I can make it bigger. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, make it bigger.
Nice.
Look at this. Watch Monday when things open up. Watch that green and the yellow and the orange line intersect, leading to that 50, showing the 52 run up again.
Yeah, that intersecting is really important, and I mean I've been scanning through like many weeks of volume, and there's a little bit of a nuance to interpreting it, but essentially, again, if you just think of it as like a slingshot, you want it yanked down and not yanked up. If it's yanked up like this, then it's kind of like
oversold and overbought.
It's starting. The buying is starting already. Like
Correct.
this is buying starting.
It's way up.
Exactly.
And you see the way I like the way it's getting from like really thin on that day where we had like no volume, like I think it was like a record low volume for almost like the last like 6 or 9 months, and it's starting to get larger again. That's a good indicator in my opinion.
This just proves the fractal. Like if you show the chart, right?
They do work
if you
together.
Show the AMC,
they do work together real fucking well. Yeah. Let me see
if you show AMC fractals, it's the same fractal, the same fountain W. Like stretch it out vertically. The fractal, the chart movement. Like stretch out the price vertically. If you stretch the price on the right side, vertically on the chart.
Oh, this is so fucking bullish. I love speculation. I love technical analysis.
Phillips, if you can stretch the price of AMC.
Okay.
I understand people thinking it doesn't work, and it is all speculation at the end of the day.
And compare the.
But it's the best tool we have. It's the best speculation we've got.
Okay. Now, what's the bottom chart you have there?
Do you mean this one?
Yes.
This is BMC Cipher B divergence, which is like sort of all-in-one, like a multi-tool. It's got like a shift indicator, it's got stochastics, it's got wave trend, it's got VWAP in it, it's got money flow in it.
Stretch it a little bit.
A lot of stuff. Okay.
Tell me, what do you see?
Well, I see wave trend swinging up hard from a low here, which again is very similar to August. I see VWAP moving positive. I see money flow here, as highlighted in red. It's currently negative, but it looks to be moving. Looks to be kind of moving upwards.
Could you repeat that one more time? The money flow. Say that one more time, please.
Yeah. So you see here, I just highlight it in blue. I could turn it yellow. Might see it better. So you see, this is the money flow here, and there's kind of two ways of looking at it.
Is that like negative pressure shorts, selling? I mean, shorting, negative pressure, just selling pressure in general?
It's everything. Yeah, it's just all. It's like a sort of very simple kind. It's not Chaikin money flow. That's like a more nuanced, like a more that's more useful for the volume
Thank you.
indicator that I showed you.
Mhm.
This is just a plain kind of money in versus money out. So there's like money out here, but if you cycle back to the heady days of June, you'd see that it was kind of positive.
Definitely something to keep an eye on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
shit.
that's really important.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. But I actually have one other interesting tool that another indicator which you might find interesting. So let's have a look at this one. This is correlation. What's it called? It's called correlation with p-value and confidence interval. You can think of the letter P as just representing probability, and a p-value of 0 means that essentially there is 0% chance that this is not correlated with something else. So I took AMC and I applied this correlation tool here and compared it to GME.
Okay.
Well, you probably won't be surprised to see.
You compared
that,
AMC to GME?
They're aligned?
Yeah,
they're
well,
aligning
there's
right now?
significant positive correlation, which means it's unlikely that they're not correlating.
Okay,
But
so
I've
hold on, let me
taken it
slow you down, brother.
one step further.
Let me
Yeah.
slow you down.
Sorry.
Chris is
Yeah.
saying that there are currently six positive indicators that are showing that AMC
Solving
and
this
GameStop.
Republican
Hang on a second,
manufactured
sorry about that.
crisis. Despite immense opposition from
Chris is saying that there are 6 indicators that are showing currently that AMC and GameStop are in a time of running together. Sometimes they run together, sometimes they run opposite to each other because of the way that they're manipulated. But currently it seems to be that the 6 indicators that he's seeing are showing that they're running together. Please continue, my brother. I just wanted to state that.
Thank you for breaking that down. That's so helpful. So that's this, you could think of that as just regular correlation, and that's interesting, but it's not that special. What is slightly different is here. I don't know if I can. So I'm actually comparing the correlation with the Chaikin money flow, which is unusual. So I'm not just comparing like regular price movements or something like that.
Say that again,
actually
because I'm a little
comparing-
slow. Say that again. I'm kind of
Sorry.
No, once
Yeah.
more.
So this tool, the PIG tool here, I am not just looking at the comparing the price movements. What I'm comparing is what we were looking at in that previous tool, which is Chaikin money flow. So we want to compare the way that money is flowing in and out of AMC and GME.
Fucking genius. I love it. You guys are awesome. keep it going.
So again, this is on the daily chart. The Chaikin money flow is significant positive. There is a 0p probability that they are not correlating. So that's
a pretty big
very
fucking.
interesting.
You said there's a 0% chance almost, according to those indicators, that they're not.
Yeah, it's the p value 0.
How much correlations can you
Cheers,
add?
Ian.
How many different stocks? Can you add crypto? Can you add stocks to this? Correlation data?
Right, Jordan Kimmery, that's why we call it speculation, my friend, technical analysis. That's why we don't call it reading the future. Because if we call it reading the future, we'd all be filthy fucking, well, everybody in the world would have been filthy fucking stinking rich already. Let's put it that way. So again, this is technical analysis, not reading the fucking future. Speculation. Please continue,
to
my
answer
friend.
your question, it was you would have to load it up kind of in separate windows to do that. I don't know if you could load all of that onto a single screen. Maybe someone else could try that. But that's just one more indicator showing this kind of really interesting positive money flow correlation.
Because I wanted you to correlate how right now what's going on with Bitcoin, because Doge and GME runs against Ethereum, AMC, SHIB, and what's the last one? Forgot. What was my chart? Hold on. Mm.
Look to be, so Dogecoin is running inverse of it. If I look at BTUSD.
Yeah. No, so Doge and GME are both running together, and they're in the same basket against AMC, Bitcoin, SHIB, and Ethereum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, compare Ethereum as well.
Dude, it's the one thing that I discovered that was the most disgusting part of manipulation. You'll see it. I don't know if you can drag time. Oh, you can drag time.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
But
you
for
can.
one chart, for one, if you can separately do it, you can't probably do that.
No,
Like you can't.
It's all relative to AMC specifically here. I would like to be able to shift it on the time axis.
Can you compare 4 of them?
Yeah.
Do AMC, AMC, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and SHIB.
Okay. Indicators. So that's SHIB. What was the next one?
I just want to say real quick,
Ethereum.
if any of you guys are in Hawaii, look up Pam the Realtor, Pam the Trader, Pam the Realtor over in Hawaii, selling $1 million homes. She's your go-to over there.
Bitcoin.
Pam the Trader.
Bitcoin.
Love
yeah.
you, Pam. You're the best. OG Ape from 2020.
Huh.
What's
So
up, OG?
Shiba,
It's good to see you. Germany.
Shiba,
Go ahead, brother.
Shiba is on a different time frame than all of them. Shiba is like on a 2-hour compared to all of the rest, which are on the weekly or daily.
It's interesting. SHIB seems to be running opposite everything.
Sorry, Pam the Trader's in California. I thought she was in Hawaii because she's always posting these beautiful pictures. I thought she was in Hawaii. She's always at the beach. Pam the Trader in California. Look her up. Pam the Realtor. Number 1.
Go to like another tab and open SHIB by itself.
See so many
look
beautiful
at
homes.
The
I thought
SHIB
it must
on the
be
2-hour.
Hawaii.
Yep. Already got it open. There you go.
Thanks, Pam. That's
can you
why.
zoom it out a little bit on the time frame?
Pam says she visits Hawaii a lot, but she's in Cali.
Put it
Look
on
her up,
2-hour.
Pam the Realtor.
Now compare it to that to AMC.
Okay.
Javi says I'm holding on every single day. I have a baby of 6 months and 1.5-year-old. Hey, cheers to you. Peace and wealth to you and your family, brother. I hold for me and I hold for you and your fam.
Huh. Interesting.
Wow, what the fuck are we looking at here?
So this is SHIB here in orange, I think. No, it's not. It's that's SHIB. AMC is orange and SHIB is.
So what is
AMC's
it giving
volume
you?
with SHIB. Okay.
Is it showing you the correlation numbers?
Yeah, I can do that in this tool.
Because you'd have to modify the time frame, right? SHIB on the daily, I mean on the 2-hour, is AMC on the weekly.
Okay, I don't know how I would compare those.
Do you have quadrants on here?
No, I don't know what those are. How do I do that? Quadrants is like where you divide it up into like 4 screens.
Yeah, like if you have 2 screens, yeah.
Yeah, I think I only have 2.
Wait, if you're comparing it, the correlation, can you modify what the time frame is for each one that's being correlated? Like if you can say compare AMC on the daily with SHIB on the 2-hour, can you do that? Or it's all it's linked together to one specific time frame and you can't do that?
Yeah, it's all linked together on one time frame, unfortunately, which is yeah, it's something really difficult to do. But
Yeah, you can compare AMC with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just
okay,
do the three, and you'll probably
AMC.
find a correlation.
Okay. Yeah, there's the correlation. Yeah, that's pretty.
See how
strong.
Bitcoin is dictating the future of all of them? What's purple? Is that AMC or Ethereum?
It's Ethereum. Is oh no, light
Bitcoin is
blue.
orange, right?
Yeah, Bitcoin is orange. Ethereum is light blue, and
Okay. AMC is lagging behind. See how AMC is lagging behind the chart?
Oh yeah, it does run similar, and then but after it, or yeah, after it, behind.
Ethereum and Bitcoin are dictating the future runs of AMC.
Huh.
I'm not even
Let's
kidding.
see, Ethereum
So
and Bitcoin. Where at? Let's see this motherfucker.
I could switch
that.
down to the daily chart, make it a
Yeah,
bit more
look.
granular.
I think the weekly chart will literally show you what's going on.
Yeah, it does.
It's more extended, but see how AMC is like it started to when the January thing happened, AMC started to accelerate, like it caught up with crypto because the big players started to hop on it, but it was lagging behind right before it. Look how it lagged behind. See how it fell right before January, like before January happened, and then when January happened, it started to accelerate. It accelerated and it copied Bitcoin and Ethereum. It literally copied their algorithm.
Holy shit! Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Stop moving the screen right there. You got 1, 2 major ice picks. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then you got another like an M shape. Then you got the M shape, and we got 1, 2. Kind of a weird shape M here, and with a massive parabolic movement upwards. Can you pull this up and forward a little bit, please? Yep,
like,
towards the right.
Like zoom out? Or,
zoom in towards the right a little bit.
Oh.
Yes, please.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can do it go on the...
There you go, it looks nice.
What? Yeah.
Like this?
However you think it should be set up, yes, sir. So this blue one is AMC, correct?
The purple is AMC.
Purple, I'm sorry. Purple,
right?
I should say, yeah. And so there's teal, purple, and orange. And it's having, let's see, this the parabolic run up here, here. What do we have here? We have a W. We have an orange W. We've got multiple
Is
after
there
this
a
run up. We have
correlation?
here, we got an M, and W. What the fuck's going on?
Wait, when crypto, hold on, can you go back to January?
Oh, because
What
this is
happened in
running after.
January?
It's not completed. Hold on, go back, please.
Wait.
Go back.
Sorry, yeah.
It's not quite completed. That's what I was seeing here. You've seen the parabolic move on orange, teal, and purple. Then afterwards, let's see, a V, M, V, a W, VW. Why does this have, what is this teal one?
That's Ethereum.
Yeah, that's Ethereum, yeah.
No, boss, you're right. I've been saying this
W
since
here,
I posted it on Twitter.
the price action that's happening back here, this W below this run up that Ethereum and crypto recently had.
No, it's this. It's showing the future of AMC.
I see that. That's what I'm trying to say. So what happened here on this time period from June through October on Ethereum, or June through November on Ethereum, is what we're expecting to see next over here.
Yes.
So basically,
So
if you were to take this blue and orange line, cut them off right here, right around this segment where the blue line is, and add them over here, this could be potentially what we're seeing it.
So you see the ice pick?
Can you slide it over?
Where Ethereum and Bitcoin, they join on top.
When they
see
join
the
on
peak
top,
before they
at
fall?
the very top,
Yes,
at the peak of
yes.
the parabolic run-up? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, where they fall
that's
together.
The AMC, That's the AMC, right on June, not June, right when it ran to, yeah, June 2nd. That's correct. And then the second peak, you see this where they're tracking together, and Ethereum's second hill on top. Look at the second hill on top. On Ethereum. No, Ethereum. That's AMC. Ethereum is cyan. Yes.
Yeah.
That is your 52 run for AMC.
This right here?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. Oh.
And then they moved up. Look at Ethereum. This is what I'm trying to see. If you go back to January, right before January.
January is here, yeah.
No. Show me Bitcoin and Ethereum together. Like more. Go back in time. Very good.
Is it running immediately behind it?
Yeah. I want to see. Oh, you can no, undo that. I want to see how do they match up? Is there like a matching up? Can you like match them up together? Because I'm trying to see if they when they cross over.
Yeah.
See how they're about to cross over, like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like on the right side, they're about to cross over, and that's significant for AMC to run. Same thing that happened on the left side where Bitcoin crosses over Ethereum. You see orange crossing over cyan. Yep,
Yeah,
but there.
I see that.
And then that's before January. There's a period before
shit.
January where
That's before
AMC runs up.
Yeah,
And
that
it's
was
the same thing.
October.
Bitcoin is crossing over Ethereum right now. Look at the chart.
Oh yeah, that is pretty dope. Let's see what the fuck happens.
It's crossing over. It's crossing over Ethereum. And I think it's significant for an AMC next run.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
this correlation between crypto and AMC and GME is really interesting. I mean, I've scanned through the charts and sometimes it looks like it's acting like the inverse of it, the exact opposite of it, and then there's other times when it just runs like a mirror.
Yeah, when it aligns with crypto, it runs like hell.
That sounds pretty fucking cool. I'm down with that. I hope.
And
Can I
it
show
happens.
you? Can I show you one more indicator? This is
Yeah, bring
this
it
is
on.
a really fun one.
Let's
I
see
think
it.
you might. It's got some boom candles in it. So just get rid of this.
Yes, Brianna, we are not here to prove the future. We are just here to speculate. Correct. Absolutely right.
No, forget that. I'm
Applause.
predicting the future. No, I'm predicting the future. I don't care. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right this time. I'm not even kidding. There is no way I'm going to be wrong this time. I said 2-3 weeks from last week is going to be the run starting to that $62
Pump some steroids into the
72
shorts. A little extra money.
So
Wait, you see how that dips?
Hey,
You see how that
Christopher, I'm
dips
sorry
as
about
well?
that, brother.
August and October.
everybody.
You
Hi,
see
Nicholas.
where they cross over? The red and
ITM,
green
IBM.
line. Yeah, it's the same that's going on right now.
oh, do you mean this the
Yes,
this red and green line?
yes.
Thanks,
Yeah, that's
George.
that's the 18 and the 55-day exponential moving average.
They're about to cross over again. Like they're about to do that half pipe dip. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for reminding me. That was one thing that I wanted to say. So that's looking more positive as well.
Hyper bullish.
But the indicator that I wanted to share here is the historical volatility percentile. So basically, if you had 100 days, like what percentage of them would have been more volatile than today? So
Interesting.
in AMC, obviously you can see declining volatility. Everyone's bored. It's everyone's frustrated, and this is on the daily chart. But if we just change it back to regular candles, yeah. So if we change this down to the 4-hour chart, so we get something a little bit closer to a little bit more immediate, something a little bit closer to now. There's something really interesting going on. I'll just make this bigger so everyone can see it here. So it had the crazy volatility in the June run, and then the declining volatility, and then this kind of fake out correction here. And if I go down to the 4-hour, and you look to the right hand side, boom! Look at this.
What is that?
So obviously historical volatility, it's simple, blue is calm, yellow is getting busier, orange is getting crazy.
Oh yes,
and
I
red is
understand.
like,
This is volatility.
yeah.
Why is this
Yeah.
showing on the 4 hour?
Historical
Does it show
volatility
on 2 hour?
percentile, by the way.
This is on the 4 hour here, and I only noticed this today, but this actually came out. I mean, this started flashing.
Did you put this bar here?
Thursday and Friday.
What's the 2 hour?
The 2 hour is here.
Oh lordy.
Oh, that's an indicator
Yeah.
from your app, or is that a bar that it put there on volume?
It's called the historical volatility percentile and SMA.
Yes, sir, Chris. But what
You
I'm
know what
asking
this
is on the
shows?
right. Okay, on the left, I see them and they look normal, but on the right, they look kind of like bars or like they're indicators from your app. What is this?
No. It's because it's so extreme. The volatility is so extreme.
It's so high. Can you make it smaller so I can see the
max it
top?
out.
Is there a top or it's at the?
I think it just
What the
runs
fuck?
straight to the
How?
top.
So you think that's a glitch? What's going on there?
You know what that is? I think I might know what that is.
Well, let's just speculate
That
on
is
what you think.
this is what I believe could be the dark pool leaking volume.
What's up, Farzan?
Meaning the
Thank you very much for
algorithm,
your support.
the algorithm is been holding these. They've been in prison. The shares have been in prison for so long in that dark pool. Like, what is their right now period? Is it like 90 something days? I forgot what it was. Was it FTDs or
FTDs, failures to delivers?
was it 56 days? Is it like 90 days?
I have
now or
Vortex right here. I
something?
can log in for us and check it out.
So imagine this is their
Unlock
last
that out real
resort,
quick
that
on
they're
our screen.
holding all those orders in the dark pool, and then you have these glitches that happen. Remember, we had that $436 leak.
Yeah.
You remember that on a Robinhood? It was showing that. Look at that bar on the left side.
Yeah, there is something very
See?
strange happening.
For those that don't
in the
know,
historical
this
volatility.
chart you can't
What's that-
see because the price
what's
is
that
lower.
time period?
But it was huge run-ups,
So see
percentage-wise.
that the red candle,
Yeah.
the red. What's the time period from that to the June 2nd? How many days is that?
It is from
Mhm.
6th of May to June 2nd. Here, it's 26 days.
Okay, now do the same thing from the beginning of that orange on the right side. Now you're gonna have to count for acceleration.
Farzan, thanks for your support, brother. 25% of all, 25% of all revenue of the channel will go to charity for the life of the channel. So thank you for supporting the channel, and we look forward to giving 25% of it to United States veterans
Supposed
this
to
month.
be about. It's supposed to be about 11 to 15 days from that time frame.
Yeah.
How much? How much is 11 to 15 days? No, 11 to 15 days from that.
Yeah.
From the
11 to
orange.
Yeah. That's 11 to 15 days. Is basically now to
Yeah.
like Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
It's
It's a 1.5 acceleration period from the previous 25 days, because this is the acceleration fractal. You see how the W, where W is right now, that W fountain, you see how that's accelerating compared to the previous W fractal that's decelerated when the June 2nd? Yeah. See how that's decelerated? It's stretched as hell, and now we're speeding up like the fractal was constricted. This is a 1.5. This is a 1.5 fractal. It's 1.5 times faster than the June 2nd, like what happened after June 2nd. That's why I'm telling you to put in 11 to 15 days from that orange line, because that's when that fractal begins. This is when you can account for the next run. It's the same thing that happened January to June.
Yeah.
This is why I'm saying this week is gonna be so hot, dude.
It's interesting because you see this blue line here. This is a Fibonacci time zone. So, and that's on the 26th of October. And obviously we're looking at volume and all this kind of stuff, and a lot of different things just all seem to be pointing in the same direction, whether it's fractals or volume and stuff like that, and momentum. And I like to look at the higher up kind of time frames. I find them more, because you have crazy stuff happening on the 1 minute chart like all the time. But if I zoom out to the 4 hour here, it's indisputable that the last time we had anything comparable to this, was in May. And there's something else that's really
28th.
interesting, is that in this case, the historical volatility was even lower now than it was then, which I
Right.
find really interesting. And it's maybe a bit counterintuitive, but very, very, very low volatility actually begets or implies, oncoming extremely high volatility. That's how you get that. It's like refueling, and it's getting that volatility back.
You're absolutely right, man. And you can see when it's whatever that thing is on the 2 hour, that yellow big bar, it's touching it, and you can see that what happened before that, when it touched it, it started to freaking run. It's the May 28th of what's happening next week.
Yeah. And I'll just hit you with one last piece of confirmation bias.
Yeah,
But
I
I
see it.
really like this. This is called TVA. This is the trend volume accumulation, and that depicts the accumulating totals of rising and declining volume within waves that together kind of constitute the trend. So if you could look at these triangles, you can imagine them as basically being trend changes from one side to the other.
Right.
And on the daily, nothing too crazy is happening. We've been in a correction. We've been in a downtrend.
Wow,
But
that's a
again,
really interesting pattern.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit.
But I noticed
Coincidence,
yesterday on the 4 hour is that there's actually something very good happening. If I zoom in down here, and this again, like I like the higher time frames because they're more reliable, basically. And I found this. I find waves more trustworthy than like price action. Price action is very deceptive.
Yes.
Waves and harmonics, and volume, cut out a lot of the BS. So
what's the difference in
anyway,
color between blue and red? Just help me differentiate.
Yeah. So red is like a corrective, a series of accumulating corrective waves, going from a light yellow to be a minor correction up to peaking at a very, very dark red heavy correction here. So basically, just the changing from a corrective wave to an impulsive wave to a positive wave. And it's been, as you can see, it's been very reliable over the course of from June till now and before that. But what I noticed is that and this is quite significant, and this is on the 4 hour time frame. This isn't on the 1 hour or 30 minutes. Is that we haven't been flipped positive on the trend volume accumulation like this,
Past 3 weeks.
since September, for weeks, yeah. So anybody shorting this now is shorting it right into the ground at the bottom. Like they're going to get wrecked, in my opinion.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I'm really, really pleased to see that we've got 12 hours of what looks to be, it's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed with these things, but it just looks to be growing.
It's picking up. Yeah.
It's picking up. It's picking up in the right direction. So, yeah.
Well,
really,
even
really,
before,
pleased.
if you look before, I don't think we have seen, when it's starting a trend, on the left side, right, there is one like that, but that doesn't look like what's going on right here.
No, exactly. So
Yeah.
this was this was fairly obviously like a fake out. It was obviously very toppy. It was clearly like an apex, and it was kind of pointing downwards. And this was just a little fake out here. But as you can see, that price action hasn't managed to fool this indicator on any previous occasion since then. And this is pointing.
What does it
upwards.
look in the 1 hour?
Pretty crazy, but positive.
I want to see the correlation. Hold on, zoom out a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see the chart. Huh. Okay, when it starts that peak. Huh. What does it look before June 2nd? if you can show that.
For June 2nd here. That was a really crazy run.
Citadel shorting my stream. Come on.
I
Stop
think
buffering.
it's starting that that phase right there.
Yeah, one final correction.
Estimated
one final
short
dip.
interest of the free
I
float
think,
percentage.
That's very interesting.
And yeah, I highly recommend checking out the pinching coefficients here, because that's where you get that slingshot effect from. And there's some nuances to it. Like I've seen it where they the clue for me is when they slingshot it downwards into the ground, which would normally be very bearish. It would push price down. When it doesn't, when it just flattens it out like a pancake, what it's like is like pinching a spring really, really hard between your fingers.
It's a bear trap, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bear trap, and and that energy kind of gets built up, and yeah, you get these massive, massive pinches, and then money flows point in the right direction. Then
You know what
boom,
that
boom, bang.
is? You know what that is? Look at you know, you were just showing it.
Yeah.
Look at the one to the left, right to the left of it. Look at the peak.
Oh, here.
Look at the peak. Yeah, it's the complete inverse. It's the head and shoulders reversed on top of each other, and yeah.
Yeah,
it's
didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do see these kind of head and shoulders inverse things in the different indicators. Like you can see it in the RSI as well, which I'm really happy about. You can see that on GME, where there's this repeating kind of wedge, downwards falling wedge pattern in the RSI, and it's done it 3 times, and we're on the 4th time now. So GME is obviously very, very close to a massive breakout as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure,
It's bullish as fuck, you guys. I love it.
I just wish I had some GME.
I wish you guys didn't give me a tumor.
Shit, right? Make sure you guys follow Chris at power69_flower and Edward Britchuk, excuse me. I don't know if I said it correctly. My apologies.
You're good.
How do you say it,
Bro,
brother?
You're good. You said it right the second time, Britchuk.
Cool. Make sure you guys follow them, and you can contact them on Twitter if you want to share any DD with them and run things by them. Really cool guys.
Yeah,
always putting out some fun
thank
information.
you so much for your time.
Yeah, Chris, you've been absolutely great, man. I'm showing everybody your Twitter right
It's
now, guys,
amazing.
so that in case they decide they would like to reach out to you. You know, here's at Edward Britchuk, sorry. He's got an Instagram as well. Check it out. But they can see how it's spelled. It's on the screen right now.
You see how the